It is the traditional United style and has been set by this fella, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Ollie, we spoke beforehand, you brought in Lukaku, he set up 2 goals, you brought in Sanchez, he scored a goal. You're making this managerial look an absolute piece of cake, can't you?
Well, when you've got good players, it's difficult to leave them out. It's easy to put him into the team. Just as easy as it was to put Sergio in goal and Eric as a centre-back. But it's hard to... you have to think, David, best goalkeeper in the world, do you keep him in just because it's a big game? No, it's you have to trust the players that they are in this club. You know quite a lot about finishing, and that was a great finish from Alexis. He had a lot of work to do there when he went round the keeper. A fantastic finish. Great pass by Rom, I have to say. I just said just before, Rom, you should be in the box, but then he makes that pass. Fantastic. And but the number 2 and number 3 goal, you know, that's classic Man United counter-attacks. Defend properly, because we had to today. We had to really dig in. Much better structure than against Tottenham. We defended resilient, and the counter-attacking, the attitude to run forward is fantastic.
Was that very much the game plan, counter-attack being an important part of it? Because Jesse again was playing in that sort of central role.
Yeah, of course that's part of it, and that's, you know, if you go through the history and the games we've played against Arsenal, I remember still, even I scored it was 97, we counter-attack, I scored after we defend a corner kick. Giggsy, Karel, Andy into me and a goal. Everyone knows about the classic Champions League goal with Cristiano, Wayne running forward, Wazza scored a couple, G has scored a couple. So, you know, the counter-attacking threat we have, and that's in our history against these.
What about Luke Shaw's performance at left full-back as well?
What? He's just coming in now. You saw him coming in, didn't you?
No, don't be too nice to him.
No, it is fantastic. And that second goal, you know, when he, instead of just panicking and clearing the ball, he takes a touch, drives inside, sets up Rom. He did brilliant. Come in, Luke. Come on. I'm finished. Come on. In you come, son.
No one's going to want to draw United, are they, in round 5 on Monday?
It'd be nice to get a home draw, but today we beat one of the favourites. It's hardest. Or if you want to win this tournament, you need 1 or 2 proper performances, and today was a fantastic one.
Finally, everyone went over to the fans at the end. Everyone went, I mean, it was a great support on a Friday night down here in London, wasn't it?
Should have been more of them as well, because the allocation, but the fans were fantastic, and towards the end you could only hear them. So once again, enjoy the trip back to Manchester.
Thanks very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the end there with his skipper Ashley Young, and all going over to the fans at the end, and again just underlining the spirit that is going round this football club at the moment, and a very, very good FA Cup result, whereas I think we've been in this competition 133 years or something like that, and there's only one thing that matters in the FA Cup, and that is winning.
You've got to win, get into the next round, and that's what we've done today. We've put in a good performance, tough one, we've kept the run going, we've soaked up their pressure. And, you know, like Ollie said there, you've got to win, and we go into the next game now.
And he described it there as a proper performance, Ron, a proper performance, and almost like you feel you need that if you're going to have a run in the FA Cup and go all the way. You need to get tested. It's no point in just getting bowl-overs early on.
Well, that's right. That's right. I mean, they've lived on a knife's edge at times defensively, but they've battled it. You mentioned a thing earlier on, which is not... People don't realise how important that is in defending. Putting your body on the line, blocking shots, stopping crosses and all that. Because Arsenal were very, very inventive at certain times in wide areas, and they managed to somehow or other see off quite a good attacking side from some good situations.
But once they lost to Koscielny with an unfortunate injury after the colliding with Lukaku, they had a really makeshift back four, and if you'd have looked up and seen that back four, you'd have thought we'll get one against this quartet.
I think the form that we're in, attacking wise in midfield, that we have at the moment, you know, it's not nice that he goes off with an injury like that, but it gives you an advantage. And
It's a fine FA Cup night. We've gone to the Emirates and beaten Arsenal, the most successful team in the history of the competition, by 3-1. We go through to the 5th round draw, the only Premier League club through so far. That draw is on Monday night. We'll hear from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in just a moment, but let us go all the way to New South Wales for our caller, to Kristen. I probably should say good morning to you, Kristen, and you are through to Wes and to Big Ron.
Hello?
Hello. You are through.
How are you?
Well, we're probably not as well as you, but you're through to the studio and you've got a great chance to talk to these two guys.
I just wanted to say that I was listening on radio commentary and it was a great performance. I can't wait to come over. I'm coming over to watch United play Southampton. And I was just, these, wins are making me so excited to come over because they're playing such good football.
Well, that's great, Kristen. When you do come over, you be sure to let MUTV know and we will speak to you personally. I mean, what makes you so happy about the football that is being played at the moment, if I can ask you that?
I think it's just, the players, they're happy, you see Lukaku, Rashford, Martial, they're so happy to be on the pitch. They're scoring, Pogba, they're playing with a smile on their face. And I think that's just so important to see because, they're happy and they're playing for the club, which is good.
I think that's a very good point you make there, Kristen. And Ron, happy club, happy players equals happy results.
Yeah, and confidence grows with more and more of it results, doesn't it?
Mm. Are we making too much about everybody being happy around this place, or how important is it for a successful football club?
It's very important. I mean, you can see that the weight's been lifted off everyone's shoulders. Everyone's smiling before the game. And it's shown on the pitch in the game. So may as long as it can continue, because if we keep putting in performances like that, we'll keep on scoring, and what happens, you score lots of goals, you win games, and that's all we've been seeing recently. It can't go any better.
Any final thoughts from New South Wales to these two, Kristen?
I just want to say, hopefully the run can keep going, and that I'll see you all when I come over. I'll see the match day live.
Yeah, we will look forward to seeing you. Bring your overcoat, by the way.
All right, thank you.
Okay, okay. Cheers, Kristen. Thank you very much indeed. So it's the message is spreading then even down to Australia that we have a happy club on our hands all of a sudden. I must say, Ron, the transformation here still takes me aback, really. The whole institution has just seemed to have been flipped on its head.
Yeah, I mean, there's a feel-good factor about the place, and obviously the results make that. I think the most significant thing from a football point of view is most of the players now, be it the defenders, be it the midfield players, the first look normally is forward, either forward or wide, whereas at one time there was a lot of square passing going, and I'm going back over 2 or 3 years where centre-halves kept the ball between them. Now it looks as if the first thought is to get it into midfield, get it, say, to Pogba, and then his first thought is to try and hurt the opposition with the ball.
Agree with that?
Completely agree, and you can see the tempo as well. The tempo's a lot quicker, no one's hounding the ball. If there's a man on, quick passes, and when I was playing, that's what always we were told to do.
Watching that because of the actual nerves towards the end, but anyway, it was brilliant. I just actually wanted say that obviously the result was brilliant, but it's more the way we play it. It's the way that the United way, that all the players are trying hard. We've got options on the bench, real options. I think Jose was putting Fellaini, McTominay, Matic in a midfield. It wasn't working. We could all see that. And you can see now that we've changed it and it really works. And the point I wanted to make is similar to what Wes was saying. It's not about giving Ole the actual job now, but, I'd rather him be given the job and be given a few years to actually do something and play the way we play, to understand the United way with Mike Phelan and Carrick. It's not just appointing one manager, it's the whole team, the backroom staff of like a new manager. The worst thing we can do is get someone in who's a foreigner, who brings his own people in, who basically doesn't know the United way, and we'll end up with another Van Gaal. Someone like Zidane, yes, he's won the European Cup, but with an amazing team. Even the Spurs manager, who's better than, say, Ole, with Mike Phelan and Carrick behind him.
Okay, Keith, thank you very much indeed for that. Wes, you know all about the United way here, boy and man, and still here as a pundit as well, which is great. Is that right? We need someone in charge who knows the United way?
But it looks that way. We've tried everything else over the years, and nothing seemed to quite work. You know, then we decided to get Ollie in, and it clicked straight away.
Virtually, that was something. If you came here as an opponent, you always used to be on your first 20 minutes, be on your toes because they'll be flying at you. So that has always been the way. I mean, tonight wasn't a classic in terms of the way they've played. It was about determination, about attitude, and about will to win, and everybody supporting each other on the field. There was, the play itself wasn't great in terms of some fancy stuff and all that. It was about, tonight was about character.
But you said as a defender in the middle of that red back foot,